What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick and I want to welcome you back for another one of my music video reviews. This one, of course, has got to be to Monsta X and their brand new song titled Fighter. And I don't know anything really about this song, so I don't have anything else really to add to this as far as intro, except for Monsta X is good and they're going to release a great song. So let's as we do with my first impression coming up right then, followed by my final review. So let's get the music video started. Oh, this is, I see, on one hand, right, I really do enjoy these videos that have an actual story to them, but on the other hand, as far as filming a video or review, it just makes it awkward, Are we about to get a rock song? This is like rock. Well, it's not really actual rock, but it's obviously influenced by it. Definitely has some rock influences, which is kick ass. I guess that was the chorus. I don't know. I mean, this song sounds pretty damn epic, man. This song, the sound of it is just massive. It's huge. It's really, 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 really awesome. Not to mention the entire kind of setting and story of this is very interesting. I guess to say the least. It's probably to downplaying it a little, but I love this part right here. I mean, it's I guess you would say consider the chorus part of the song, right? So of course it has to be the main point. The main thing that people love about it. But I mean, it just sounds awesome. It's memorable. The just sound of it is kind of like the song, just huge. All right, I guess they're escaping now, which is everyone. I mean, everyone escapes in the K-pop videos. They all get away to an extent. I mean, they have to. I guess that's the entire point of the video, sort of. But definitely a little interesting music video right there with a really, really awesome song. That song is not over. It's still just going and it's still amazing. Holy shit. The end of that song was just the end of that was epic. The entire song was epic from start to finish. It was just epic. I think that's the perfect adjective to describe this song. Epic is a really, really good description, I think. Because, I mean, it just sounds so huge, Anyway, that's what I got as far as my first impressions. Of course, we'll be back. I gotta listen to this and watch it a few more times. And, I will return in just 1 second with my, final thoughts and opinions on this song, of course, with my review. So don't go anywhere. Be sure you watch that because it's probably going to be super interesting. Alright, let's finish the video off with my final review, and I don't really have anything specific to say about this. I mainly really just want to talk about how they have as far as the promotion music, probably to a certain extent this album as well, have changed the music style. Obviously, this is a pretty drastic change in their style of music, or at least the genre that the music is influenced by. But before we get into that, I just kind of like, or I guess, yeah, we can talk about that because it's related to that. So I was going to say it's a completely different thing, but it's not. So the musical influence in this, right, that I'm getting, which is probably wrong, it's just the thing that popped into my head at some point during the song, was like industrial rock, industrial metal, which is, you know, obviously it's rock and roll, or it's, you know, like metal kind of stuff, but there's also a lot of like electronic things in there as well. But you know, it definitely has like a European metal kind of feel to it, since they like to use, you know, a lot of, you know, those symphonic kind of, you know, sounds and elements in the music. A lot of European metal bands do, which is cool. It for this particular song, right? It just made it sound like a super epic, you know, massive kind of song. And I obviously I thought that was really, really great, because you watched the first half, so you already know. I mean, it was a really, really great song. And the change in music style too is like they've done relatively the same thing ever since their debut to a certain extent, and like that's cool, right? They do really, really good job with it. You know, with a lot of groups, I think I say that, like, you know, 3 times with the same, you know, concept or the same idea, and then you got to move on to something that's a little bit different, or that's noticeably different. And because, you know, I think that a lot of it starts to get boring. But on the other hand, like, if you can do it well, if you can bring out the same vibe for, you know, 5 years, even if you're releasing 2 songs a year, so say 10 songs in a row, right? And you can do it really, really well every single time, and just it, even though it's the same, it feels different, you know. That's cool, and there's 100% no problem with that, because that's the thing, right? It's like, you want to, when I listen to music, and when I look at, you know, what this song is, the most recent song is, compared to the rest of the music that a group has released, you know, I want something that is, you know, noticeably distinct, or at least that's memorable, that's distinct in a memorable way, you know. Whether it's like the chorus is something that's, you know, catchy, and, you know, doesn't sound a whole lot like everything else, you know, that's kind of, you know, what I'm interested in. And Monsta X has done that with their music. Like, it's all like the same, you know, idea and style to us up to this point, right? But they're all songs that are different, you know, like they have their influence and inspiration, it feels like it comes from the same exact point every single time, but the song itself and the album that's associated with it is a little bit different. And, you know, that's good. This is the one thing that they do, I think, that, or one of the things that Monsta X does as a group better than like any other group in K-pop, you know, because I've said with other groups a couple times in videos that, you know, maybe the song isn't necessarily, or that their song isn't necessarily bad, but, you know, like, it's time to change up your style and go for something different. Like, you've worn out the concept and the sound, move to something that's unique and do something different. And, you know, they didn't, I mean, Monsta X didn't need to do it. They didn't need to go to this. They didn't need to release a song that's like this, but they did. And it's awesome. And for, you know, the last half of the year, or for the last half of the year, or of all the music and albums or whatever that they've released this year, you know, this is probably going to be the one song that stands out amongst all the others. I haven't listened, because this is the Clan Part 2, I think it is, right? It's supposed to be what this is a part of, so there's going to be some other songs that are associated with this. I haven't listened to those yet, obviously. I'm going to, and then we'll probably put out an album review for that as soon as I possibly can. But I mean, this song right here, just based off of what I've heard so far, is going to be the most outstanding meaning song that Monsta X has released. And I say outstanding meaning that it's going to stand out from the rest as, you know, the song of 2016. When I think of Monsta X in 2016, I'm going to think of this song over their other music, you know. That's basically what I got. So that's my final review. Just not really like a review of the song in general, but I mean, it's kind of a review of the song and how it fits to the group's, you know, career over the last, you know, few years, or since they debuted. So I guess it's a little bit of a different take on a review, I guess, but you know, that's cool. I thought it was relevant. So that's all I got to say. I want to know what you thought of this song and music video down in the comments below, or even through social media on Twitter and Facebook. That would also be awesome. Don't forget that once you've finished commenting, to leave a like and share this video around if you really want to. And if you're not already, then subscribe so you can stay updated with all of my future videos. So that is going to be it for this video. As always, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.